All right, so we are into our Pythagorean Theorem advanced problems. Which triangle is a right triangle? They are not drawn to scale. The first thing I would take note of is that there's the right angles on them all. So if you drew arrows, my arrows aren't very good at this time in the afternoon. This is your hypotenuse, so I'm going to put a C there just so you know which is which. A couple of different ways you could do this. I think we're going to try it this way. Let's go ahead and put the formula in. A squared plus B squared, and then I'm going to put in C squared. If they equal, they are a right triangle, and if they do not equal, then they are not a right triangle. So let's see what we can do. Oops, let me put the equal sign there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look at A. I'll put in my C first, which is 9.4. Put in my leg, 6.4. The order of the legs does not matter. And the other leg is 7.1. Let's see if both of those equal. They do not. So this means this is not, A is not a right triangle. So let's go ahead and erase these numbers so I don't get confused. I'm just going to go ahead and erase them all. And I'm going to go to B and put in my C, which is 9.7. My leg is 6.5, and the other leg is 7.2. And let's go up and look. They both are the same, so that tells me that B is my right triangle. But because I am careful, I'm going to go ahead and check the others. When you're taking a test, especially a high-stakes test like PSOL, you don't want to make a mistake. So let's put in 8.4 as the hypotenuse there, 5.2 as one of my legs, and 6.3 as my other leg. And they do not equal, so C is also not a right triangle. So last but not least, I'm going to erase all my numbers and put in the measurements, sorry about that, for my last triangle. Again, I'm just making doubly sure. Again, it's 8.4 for the hypotenuse, so that's C. 5.1 would be one leg, and 7.3 would be the other leg. And let's see if those match. They do not. So therefore, B is the only answer there. And your calculator was all you needed to be able to do that. Okay, Maria's garden is shaped like a rectangle. The sides are 8 and 11. If she were to put up a fence along the diagonal, I hope y'all remember what I said about diagonal, what would it be? To the nearest foot, what would it be? That diagonal is your hypotenuse, so you know that 8 and 11 are both legs. I'm going to go ahead and draw it for you because that's probably the responsible thing to do, but I've explained to you that diagonals are always your hypotenuse. So there's your 11, there's your right angle, that's your X. That's what you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and come over here and go back to my old methods. Leg squared, which is 8 squared plus 11 squared. Then I'm going to go to the next line, square root that answer, and that means that the diagonal X rounded to the nearest foot would be 14. Because you round 13.6 to the nearest foot, that's 6, pushes up the 3 to 14. Okay? All right, that looks like it. Y'all can do this.